Everybody, it's Becky from Living the Dream Quilt Shop, and it's time for the Monday night social. We were going to have our regular Sunday night social, and I dropped a computer monitor on the floor and broke it. So, no way to do the social. Say hey when you come in. Let me know who else here. I had something really big planned for tonight, but I thought I was finished with this quilt, and I wasn't. So I had made this really, really cute um, quilt tag for one of my customers. Isn't that cute? And I don't know how well you can see that top part, but it looks like part of a quilted star. And I had done this really beautiful star quilt for this woman. So we decided to add that into the quilt tag. Now I'm going to go over here so you guys can see what I'm working on here. Here's a big part of the quilt. Really cute, hand stitched by this woman's husband's grandmother. So back probably around the 60s or 70s. I know that screen's kind of bright, so I'm going to bring the quilt up here. And you guys can watch me work on it. What's everybody working on tonight? What are you into on this Monday evening? We'll have a fireside chat. Oh, that's too bulky there. We'll have a fireside chat and quilt if I can get this whole thing up out of the way and make it so it's not bright. There we go. I'm going to turn this screen off. Maybe that'll help. There we go. So it's not so bright in here. And I'll show you guys how I tuck my tags in. So let's see. That's the bottom of the quilt, and we want it in this corner, so it's going to go this direction. There is Karen Bush. Hey. Oh, good job, Lori. Lori, I have like 7 to do before Christmas, and I had to turn a couple down the other day. And I hated to turn them down, but there was just no way. I couldn't do them and get them finished in time, so I opted to turn them down, and I hated that. I have never turned quilts down before. Pepper Dinsmore will be so proud. But I knew I couldn't kill myself doing them this year. I've already tried that once, right, everybody? All right, so what did I do with my little tag now? Karen, I'm sitting in one place and I've already lost it. Hide it under here. How do I continually do this? This is how the monitor got knocked over, by the way. But now I have it far enough away that won't happen. But I've already lost my piece. Doggone it. Oh, it has been a day. Has anybody else had this kind of a day? Let me stand up here and see. I didn't knock it over the side. See if I can find my little piece here. I did just show it to you guys, right? I had it in my hands. You've got to be kidding me. All right, I might be working on another quilt piece. Wow, where did you get the pin? There it is, the pin cushion quilt collage, Karen. And Lori, they are not my favorite things to do. Sometimes when I'm putting them together, I really enjoy the process, but they take a really long time, and it's hard to make money off of it because they take such a long time, especially if they have a lot of different size t-shirts. That's really hard. Okay, so this is the bottom of my quilt, and I want this to look like this. And as you guys can see, if you've never put a quilt tag in before, I folded 3 of the sides. I usually fold 2 of them back and leave this down, but I had plenty of room down here. But I'm going to take this binding out, tie it on both sides, and slide this right there in that corner. So then I can bind right across there and right up that side, and that'll be caught in, and then just bind these two sides. So what I do is I snip it right here at the corner, and then I pull the threads back till it's long enough to tie off. Usually I would have done it while I was working on it, but on this one I had forgotten we were putting a quilt tag in it. Lori, that's very kind of you. If you would like a couple more, I can send some people your way. I just knew better with all the quilt tops, which while I've got some quilts running, depending on how well it's put together and how much I need to babysit, I will stand beside it at the ironing board and cut t-shirts and put the Pellon on the back and try to get it done. So I need to take a good, let's see. Yeah, I need to come back to at least this much, and that'll give me a good amount right where that flowers go back in. That'll give me a good piece to put on my needle and tie off. So I see a couple more have joined us. What's everybody working on tonight? There's Melissa Hall. You're out to dinner. Where are you out? Lori said no. Oh, Lori, I don't blame you. I know a couple people that do quilts that just won't do the t-shirt quilts. There's just it's kind of scary too, because you don't want to you don't want to ruin anybody's t-shirts, and it's just so hard. Cutting them, getting them on the Pellon, some of them with the vinyl on the front, making them straight so they're flat, and then if it's the older vinyl that's kind of worn, having the long arm go across that is just a little bit scary. Oh, you're out to Denny's. Get there. They have a wonderful salad. I can't remember what kind of salad that is, but I love their salad up there. It's got chicken in it, boiled eggs, and all the veggies. They have a really good salad. Bring me one by on your way home, Melissa. So I was gonna do some stuff with you guys. I think I'm gonna do it Sunday night. I have one jelly roll rug to finish up, and Mom had started one, and I couldn't bring myself to work on it for a long time. But I decided because we're gonna do this week, I believe. I'm still trying to think of whether to do end of bulk or do a sale on all the pre-cuts. What would you guys rather see? Tell me what you guys would like. Um, but I thought it would be a good week, the same week that I do that, to work on the jelly roll rugs. And I can't show everybody everything that you do on them because of the copyright law, but I can show a good bit and show how much fun they really are to do. It's kind of a nice switch up when you've been quilting for a while, and just to sit down and make something in one weekend that is pretty and it's useful, and it uses up your jelly roll strips, and it's a good thing to use for extra fabric you've got, especially if you've got the AccuQuilt cutter. So Sunday night we'll probably be doing that, and tonight I'll be working on this. Oh, Melissa, I love you. I miss your face, Melissa. I don't know about this weekend, girls, if I will be here or not. My mom's memorial, we're doing it Sunday, and I'm kind of in charge. I'm still working on her estate. Has anybody dealt with an estate out there? Oh, If you have, God love you for every bit of it. Um, I've never had so much trouble getting things done in my life. I went to Chase Bank for the 7th time today to pull Mom's money out into her estate account, and I almost didn't get it today. Today they wanted 2 forms of ID. The rest of the times they've only wanted 1, but every time I would go, they would call me and tell me that her money was ready, and then I would go to pull it out, and they'd tell me I waited longer than 3 days, and I only have 3 days to get it. And working all my jobs, I can't just take off and go. And, oh, so upset today. I thought if they don't give it to me today, I'm just going to run away and scream. But, finally, after 3.5 hours of sitting at the bank and running back and forth, I finally got it. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that. So my Uncle Kirk is in, just in case he gets on here. Happy birthday, Uncle Kirk. That is my mom's brother. So he lost his one sister in February, and then my Aunt Marge passed away about 2 weeks ago. And we had her, or maybe about a week ago, we had her funeral Friday. So it was good to get to be with the family. But we went and I went and got a bunch of food to go up to Audra and have a family picnic dinner after the funeral. And my cousin, her son from Florida, and his 2 daughters, her husband, his wife, and grandbaby got lost. They never made it to the picnic I had for them. I'm telling you, I couldn't make my life up if I tried. So it has been a very crazy week, needless to say. Say hey when you come on. Let us know you're here. I am working on putting this little quilt label that I made on this woman's quilt. I don't want to hide the foliar. I want to make sure that's up far enough. But I always like tucking it in the corner under the binding. Let's see, I know that goes in farther. Yes. There we go. So that'll look really cute there. Eve, did you not get it? Wait a minute. Are we talking about the great hymns of grateful praise kit? And how are you doing tonight, Eve? That I know was sent out a while back. All right. I'll show you guys this knot for those of you that might not have done it before. So I take my needle. I don't know if you guys can see that thread. Let's see. I need it against something dark. Okay. I take the needle, and here is my thread, the end of my thread. I want my needle facing up, not down toward the end, facing up the thread. I'm going to grab a hold of it and wrap it 3 times. So now I have a loop in my thread. Now I'm going to hold where I've wrapped it around 3 times, and then I'm going to pull the needle out of that and just pull all the thread through. And I've got a great little knot down here at the bottom now. There is Jean. How are you, Miss Jean? I love the border you put on your quilt. It is so pretty. I'm going to have to post it. Did you post it to the community group on YouTube? And somebody else, oh, Pepper was working on hers. I wonder if she posted hers yet. I'll have to go and look. I haven't been on YouTube this week. Been doing all this family stuff and didn't make it over. All right, so now I am just going to, I have to flip this around. I'm going to start. I didn't know this until one of my customers come in and told me. So if you're right-handed, I guess I start from this direction and sew this way. And I guess left-handed people go the opposite direction. I never knew that before. Yes, definitely, Jean. People will love that. And they like seeing all the different colors in the quilts. And I'm still loving my beautiful pillow. And I opened up my chocolates last night and enjoyed a couple of those. I shouldn't have, but I did. It was good. And then I'm not going all the way through. Somebody had asked me that the other day. Jean, how are you doing on your binding? Are you doing good with it? I'm not going all the way through. I am simply going underneath the binding. I don't know how good you guys can see that. Underneath the binding. And I'm going through this piece and into my batting. And then coming up about a 1/4 inch away and sewing that right on there. And you can't see the stitches. The stitches are actually hidden because I'm staying right on this edge. So nobody's going to notice your stitches. Yeah, actually, I had told this woman I'd drop her 2 quilts off tonight. And I didn't realize I didn't have this finished. So I thought, well, that's what we're going to do with the live. Oh, I am so proud of you, Jean. I told you you could do it. You guys wait until you see her first quilt. It's beautiful. And her first pillow she made, which she gave to me. It's even more beautiful. Jean has been spoiling me. So how long did it take you to hand sew it on there, Jean? Eve, tell me if we're talking about that Hymns of Grateful Praise panel that we sent out. If we are, that should have already been to you. No, it's all thanks to your great sewing. You were born to be a sewer, a quilter. Let me tell you, girls, her points on her quilt were more perfect than any I've done. She said it was all thanks to me that I taught her, but girlfriend, you got some skill. All of you older not older, more seasoned quilters, tell her how hard it is at first to get those points to match. I was so proud of her. Heck, I've been doing this for 20 some years now, and I still can't get my points perfect all the time. It might be because I'm in such a hurry most of the time. Okay, right after I get off here, Eve, I will check that. I am so sorry. Yeah, that should have been to you by now. I have not actually, other than I wasn't even in the quilt shop last Thursday. I haven't been in the quilt shop for almost 2 weeks because of everything going on. But I know, like today, I took 8 packages, so the packages have been going. It is relaxing, isn't it? I like it because you can take it anywhere. I have Like when we go on trips to quilt shows, I will take binding with me. When I was having my heart attack, I took a quilt binding to the hospital and was working on it in the hospital bed. Yes. And not because it was work, it was because I had to have something to do so I didn't worry so much. Oh, Eve, I'm telling you, it's crazy. Yeah, speaking of U.S. mail, so we got two payments at Tri-County Water the other day from customers that live on our water line that were sent out, one in June and one July 14th. Yeah, I was not impressed with the mailman. I mean, where were those? And then I don't remember if it was Barbara Luke or Karen Bush's order that went to like Utah. Oh, and it was only maybe it was Karen, was it you? Was it going to Sutton and it went to Utah first? I think it was one of the girls down in southern West Virginia. And that package made its rounds now. All right, I've got the two sides sewed on the binding, so now I can turn this right side up. Oh, no, then I'll have to start again because I can't sew across this way. Let's see. Let me tie this off. And I always put it through that loop and pull it, and then I take it up through the binding to hide that thread. And now I'm going to start this way and go this way. It's the only way. Let's see. Yep, that's the only way I can do it. Well, see now, Jean, you're going to have to come and teach me how to use a thimble. I have never, it's so awkward for me to have a thimble on my finger. But I know a lot of people love them. All right, and when I put my first stitch in, I go the opposite direction and I go under the work and then come right up on the edge. So I'm hiding that little tag there behind my work. And then I'm going to have to bend this over some. And then I just start across. And if you missed out before, I'm going through this piece and into that the fabric and into the batting. I'm not going all the way through. How many people in here use a thimble? I'm curious if I'm one of the only ones that don't. Jean, once you get used to it, you might be able to do it without it. I remember my first couple times hand sewing, my finger got sore. Oh, okay. A pink silicone one with a silver bottom. That's cool. So we're taking a poll. How many people use thimbles when they hand sew? And what is your favorite kind to use? I know I've sold the rose gold thimbles here and the silicone thimbles. I think, yeah, we still have a thing of silicone thimbles. There's not a lot of people that still hand sew. Sharon Kinney, hi, sweetheart. How are you? And what kind of a thimble do you use? Is it silicone? Did you get one of the leather ones from me? I did have those leather ones in here. They were pretty nice. I think if I could use one, it would have probably been those. I'll have to get some more of those in here. Those were nice. And I knocked my mic over. There we go. Okay. So when I get to this side, I always like to make sure that it's going to go nice and straight across there. Because that's your last corner. And then I think I need a little extra stitch right here in the corner to hold that in. Go. Make sure I'm got this all straight. And you can put a pin in that if you want to. Yep. And the Roxanne, what's the Roxanne? That might be a new one that I have. You have 6 super old ones? I've got some old ones in there. I've got a collection of thimbles. And a little thimble house to hold them. So what's up with life this week, everybody? Anybody got any good news to celebrate? I've been needing some good news. I've been having a lot of fun going through old pictures with my family. Brought back a lot of memories. Kind of sad, but kind of happy. And at least I get to spend some time with the family members that are left. It's puckering up a little bit right there, but I think it's because of that embroidery. There we go. And Jean, I used the flatter to iron this quilt label before I put it on, and it does great. And it does smell really good. Jean brought me a bottle of flatter. Yeah, I'll show you here, Jean, what I do right here in a second. I am almost done with this one. Okay, so let me see if I can get it up here close enough. Let's see, without knocking the mic over. Okay, so what I'm going to do is right here in this little corner right here, oh, yeah, I got close enough to it. Let me do one more stitch. Okay, I'm bringing my needle up in the corner. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick my needle right back into that corner and just take a little nip. So I've just got a little tiny bit on my needle. I'm going to pull that through and keep a loop. So I have a loop here of thread. I'm going to put my needle through the back side of that loop and come out and pull it taut. And then I'm just going to take my needle and come right in at that corner and come out at the top of the binding. And then I'm going to snip it right here at the top of the binding. So my little tail is hid. Yes, I love it. It is great. Okay, so here is my little quilt tag, and I'll give it another press before I take that over to Shauna, but I think it turned out really nice. And I have another quilt over here. Let me trade out real quick. So here's the worst thing. It's when you think you have something done and you call the customer and tell them it's done, and then you pick it up and it's half done. So I have more binding to do. Thank you, Jean. So I thought, well, we'll just have a fireside chat tonight, and I will work on binding quilts and get all of my quilts finished. Let's see. All right, I set it up here, and I think I knocked it off. Another one. Let's see. Let's see, how does this go off? No. There we go. I know I had lost a needle down there, but now I don't see it. There it is. Maybe. No, that's not it. Alrighty. Well, I guess I'll get another needle then. Walk around with magnets so nobody gets that in their foot. Set my thread up here. And bring my little needle down. Box the needles down. I thought I put it up safe. And apparently not. Okay. If you haven't been on the show before when I've done bindings, I always use size 8 in-betweens. These are perfect for doing bindings. Oh, Sharon, that is great news. So did they have you quit taking some of the blood pressure meds? You know, sometimes I wonder how many people we lose each year due to medication issues. All right, so there, I've got the thread on for this one. Oh, and by the way, when you're doing binding, it is always best, which this is green on green anyway, but always try to do your bindings with the color of the binding. Oh, good. Are you feeling better? Are you still dizzy? Okay, I need to go the other direction, so I need the other end of this. It's here somewhere. How much binding do I have left to do? My goodness. Oh, and there's my needle. All right, so I'm going to set this one over here where I know where it's at. And I'll set the quilt up here so there's not such a glare for you guys. And that was done anyway. I did not have my needle minder holding my needle, so it was stuck in the material. All right, so let me make my knot again. Once again, I've got my needle facing up, going up. I've got the other end of my thread going down. I'm going to grab the end of that thread between the fingers holding the needle and wrap the needle 4 times. And then I'm going to pinch that with these fingers, and I'm just going to pull the needle out and pull that thread through. Oh, down to the bottom. And that gives me a very nice little knot at the bottom of my thread. Oh, you're still dizzy. I'm sorry. If it makes you feel any better, I'm dizzy all the time, Sharon. But in a good way, I guess. All right, I want to get some of this quilt up here so it's not so bright on that screen. Now, if my backing was white and my binding was green, I would still use green for the thread. I've got green on green, so of course I'm using green, but whatever color the binding is, that's the color you want to match to hide your stitches. A lot of people think it's the color of the backing, not at all, because you're going into just the smallest section of the edge of binding, and then your next stitch is going just a little bit underneath that, underneath the binding into the batting, and then coming up a 1/4 inch later on the binding. So you're never really, it's not showing, and it's definitely, you're not stitching below the binding. You tell her, Jean. Jean, are you a nurse? I wonder how many nurses we've got on here tonight. And we've got quite a few people. You guys say, hey, let us know you're here. We always love to know who's watching and let us know where you're from. The precursor to the rose gold one? Okay. Did you get the rose gold one too, Sharon? I couldn't use that one. I love the color of them, love the look of them, but I can't use a hard one. Oh, a pharmacist. All right. Well, we definitely can use you here, Jean. There is some thread that needs cut, or that's just a string. Okay, that got caught in the back, in the long arming. Pull that out. And when you do the hand binding, it helps you catch little things like that. I mean, I look at the back of quilts, but sometimes I miss strings here and there. And when you're hand binding, you're kind of paying a little bit more attention. And other than changing a bobbin in the middle of your quilt, any threads are usually going to show near the edges where you started and stopped. So do we have any good quilting questions tonight? Anybody got any questions about quilting? Any new quilters in here other than Jean, who is leading herself quickly to seasoned? Or if you guys have any good ideas about what you want to see on the lives or the tutorials, let me know. Sharon, I did not. Did you find the video of the sunbonnet suit? I have not done my tutorial on it yet because I wasn't expecting family in this past week. I didn't know my aunt was going to pass away like she did, and I just wasn't expecting it. So I've been doing a lot of house cleaning and cooking and hanging out with family. Oh, now why? Got a little glitch here. Come on. Oh, I hate when that happens. My thread got a little bit kinked up here. So I always put my needle in the loop and try to pull the knot out. There we go. I think I got it. Mm. There we go. Oh, nope, I pulled that in half. Doggone it. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to end up tying this one off. I've got the longer end on the needle. I'm going to go ahead and make another knot and start sewing right at that last stitch. Aww. Aw, that is so adorable. You'll have to post us some pictures. And if you can't get them to post, send them to me. So where did you get this little white kitty? Did he come up, oh, it's going, oh, I didn't get a big enough knot. Was he, from a shelter, or did he just appear on your doorstep? Or how did you get this little baby? I have the most spoiled cat in the universe. And I recently bought her a tree, a cat tree, that she could sleep in, she could claw on, because she loves, doing this with her nails. She won't touch it. She will not go near that tree, and I've had it for about a month and a half. So I put it up for sale Marketplace the other day and sold it. Oh, Mountaineers for Mutts, huh? Never heard of that. And you got a little boy. That is nice. Anybody else have a spoiled kitty cat? I know Karen Bush has two spoiled wiener dogs. Speaking of which, oh, Karen, I'm gonna have something for you coming up on a show. Oh my God, it's the cutest thing ever. Cecil's been making. What is wrong with this thread? My thread seems pretty tough, but it keeps breaking on me. This is getting obnoxious. If you have thread that keeps breaking, make sure you test it to make sure it's not really old thread. This isn't old thread, so I'm not quite sure. I mean, when I tug on it, it seems pretty stable. So I'm not quite sure what's going on, but if it keeps doing it, if it does it again, I'm definitely going to give it up and find another thread. Taking it back to that original placement. And that don't want to break. Let's see. Yes, there you go. If anybody wants a good little buddy, Mountaineers for Mutts in Morgantown. I just kind of get handed all of mine. I don't know how it happens. I was babysitting Marley for a couple weeks while a friend's mother had surgery, and suddenly she became mine. Maggie May was brought to me by a customer and became mine. Doggone it. That didn't break. I don't think the knot was big enough on that one. If you're new here, say hey. We are hanging out. It's the Monday night social. We didn't get to have the Sunday night social. Let us know what you're working on, what you want to work on, what you'd like to see on the shows. And I'm working on a binding right now that I thought I already had finished. And when I picked it up to take it to the customer this evening, it wasn't done. So I am furiously working to get this done for one of my favorite customers. Yeah, I'm pulling this thread pretty taut now and it's not breaking. So I don't know what caused those two breaks. Maybe just some weak thread in the middle. But yeah, if you ever have thread breaking a lot on your machine or by hand, make sure to kind of pull some off, tug on it, see if it's weak thread or maybe old thread before you finish your project. Because you definitely, if it's old thread, you don't want to finish a project with it and then have it falling apart, especially if you're giving it away or doing it for a customer. And I don't know if anybody ever answered me. For this Thursday, would you guys rather see pre-cuts or would you rather see end of bolt sale? You guys let me know and you guys can help me decide what I'm doing for this week's live Thursday night. And if you've never joined us before, make sure you join us Thursday night, 7:30 Eastern Time. That's when we do our live sales. A lot of fun. You can look in the description now or that night or anytime in between. And there is a link to the page where you can sign up to order. And you'll get your invoice right after the live or the next morning, depending on how many orders we're getting. And once you've paid for that, we'll get it in the mail. And hopefully it won't be like Eve's floating out there in outer space somewhere. Right, Eve? And if you're a new sewer, check out on YouTube all of our videos, even if you're not a new sewer. We have had a lot of girls doing the 13 free weekly block of the weeks, and their quilts are beautiful. You can go to the community page if you're a member and check it out. And if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. Totally free to become a member and see what's going on. And all of you feel free to post in the community what you're working on each week so others can see it and be inspired. We love inspiration. End of bolt sale? Okay. No, we haven't got it in, not that I'm aware of. Now, the girls might have got a box in and not told me while I've been gone. I will look and see, but we did order them. Yes, ma'am. And we've got one vote in for end of bolt. Do we have any others? I might do some clearance too. We've got a lot of fabric on clearance this week, so we're making room for new fabric. And the half square triangle ruler that she's talking about is from Eleanor Burns, and it is great for cutting half square triangles And it even cuts the little edges off for you. So if you don't have the AccuCutter, or if you don't have the right block to do the triangles that you're going to be using for the AccuCutter, the that half square triangle ruler is phenomenal from Eleanor Burns. You know, she knows how to make everything easy to do a quilt. Oh, who was that was going to do this? Oh, Debbie Markley. Debbie Markley, are you on here? We have customers requesting your attention. We want to know if you got your ghost shirt done that you were doing. I'd forgotten all about that, Jean. Good question. I want to see that. We'll have her come out and teach a class on it once I get the classroom opened up. So tomorrow I'll be working on my aunt's coming down to help me clear out a little bit at my grandmother's house because my mom was a hoarder of all things good. So we've got to get rid of some of that to put my things in so I can turn my living room and kitchen here into a classroom. Nice big area that'll fit about 14 people comfortably. And we can do classes. I can't wait. Once we started expanding here, we kind of ran out of classroom room. We used to do classes in here. And the room got smaller and smaller when we were packing everything in here. I think I hand sew faster with you guys on here. Deb must not be on tonight. I could bring more people on. I could get up and dance or something. I'm trying to keep this held where everybody can see it, but I know that seems bright behind it. Turn that. Seems really bright. Let's see. I can make this better. Yeah, that white is picking up that light really good. And I just pulled my needle out. I needed to tie off. And it's nice to have tiny scissors when you're hand sewing too, because you can cut the thread really close to the material. Bigger scissors are thicker scissors. So it's really hard to cut it close when you have big, thick scissors that you're using. And that was something I'd never thought about until I opened the quilt shop. But you can't even see that when you use little tiny scissors that are very close to your fabric. All right, I used that piece. Lost my end. There we go. That is wonderful, Jean. I can't wait either. I really miss doing the classes. And I have some wonderful teachers lined up once we get the classroom open. Sheila Teague, who, oh, her quilts are so beautiful. She does, somebody help me out. June Taylor Rulers, is that the name of it? She does beautiful work. I cannot wait. I'm going to be right in the classroom with you guys, taking them right along beside you. And I hope, as the quilt shop owner, I can do it justice and make it look good. That's what's scary. As a quilt shop owner, you expect yourself to know more than anybody and be able to answer all the questions. And it was very it was a comeuppance to learn that I didn't know it all. I don't think I ever really did, but I it was kind of scary when I opened up because I thought I knew a lot, but I didn't know how much was truly out there. And learning that was such a learning. It was overwhelming at first, but I learned Google and I learned how to watch videos on YouTube and um I learned that you don't always have to have an answer right away for every question as long as you're willing to find out. So you guys were so great for me on that. And if you're just joining us, say hey, let us know who's here. I see we've had a few more people join in. Welcome in. I'm working on a quilt binding while we're having a little fireside chat or a little sewing side chat. Machine side. There is Pam Hoover. Hey Pam, how are you? Pam, are you local? I know your name, and I can't think of where I know it from. What do you girls think? Do you think I can get this done by about 8:30? Let's see, what time is it? Oh no, it's 8:02. Let me see. Maybe 9. Maybe. I feel like I'm going in slow motion. I might get it done by 8:30. Got the rest of this side and half of the other. I think I can. I think I can. Oh, now I know who you are. Yes. Yes, I remember you, Pam. What are you working on tonight? Thank you, Jean. Jean's got faith in me that I can get this done. I could not believe it. I'd worked on another one. This one I was only doing the binding for. And I had worked on another one last week that was just binding, and I was thinking it was hers. And I came in tonight and I picked the other one up and saw it was another girl's. And I grabbed this one that I thought was done ages ago. Well, half of it was, not the other half. So I was like, well, that's what I'm going to be working on tonight. Is Seth on here tonight? I don't know what time it is in Japan, but everybody, Seth, that my oldest son that's in charge of everything technical around here is in Japan this week. So, yeah, see, when he goes away, I drop monitors, break monitors, tear everything up. You're resting? Hey, Pam, that is wonderful. Have you been doing any quilting? I know a lot of people have been out gardening, getting all the sunshine in they can before winter hits, getting ready for school. So, a lot of people haven't been quilting a lot. Ouch, at all. Oh, I just poked myself. Mowed all day. See, I enjoy mowing. I don't get to do it a lot, but I really enjoy mowing. On my riding lawnmower. I used to enjoy push mowing, but I'm getting lazy in my old age. Yeah, we need the Master Chief back. Absolutely. I don't know what time it is over there, so I don't know if he isn't saying anything, so It's probably middle of the night. See now, Gene, if I needed anything with a thimble, I need it on this thumb. That's the one I always hit. I don't do it often, but when I do, it hurts. Hey, you're getting good exercise, Pam. I had a doctor tell me that push mowing was the best exercise there was, even uh, including running. He said it is better to push mow a lawn than to take walks around the block or even run. I don't know why, but you're getting it. I like to put my earbuds on and get out on the tractor and just drive around jamming. My neighbors probably think I'm half nuts, but that's all right. Dottie Dillon's at Camp Relaxin'. Hey, sweetie. Do we have a drink in hand, Dottie? You need to be here helping me hand sew this binding. I forgot I didn't do it, Dottie, so I'm making up for lost time tonight. I gotta drop this quilt off here in a little bit. So everybody's hanging out with me, seeing if I can get it done. How big of a property do you have, Pam? I've got an acre and a half here, and when I first moved in 2016, I was going to try to push mow it, and the neighbor told me, "No, you're not." And he took me to get a riding lawnmower. That was the first riding lawnmower I ever bought. But this is the first time I've really had a yard this big too. When I moved from Philippi, I was out in the middle of nowhere, but I only had a third of an acre. A cappuccino plain? Why? You want to be up all night? That would fire me up. Maybe that's what I need tonight. So, I was telling you guys, I spent the week looking at old pictures at Grandma's because, for those of you that tuned in late, my aunt passed away. We're having my mom's memorial next week. And I realized, I mean, my grandma had thousands of pictures. Did you guys, your all's families have loads of pictures and now all you've got are the pictures on your phone? Or is anybody printing those off or actually taking pictures at family functions? I mean, it's such a shame. My grandma saved letters, she saved birthday cards, Christmas cards, and my uncle and I have so enjoyed this week going through those, reading those letters. I mean, they told everything that was going on in everybody's lives. And if you're younger, you may not remember all this, but you know, most families, there was this thing called long distance calling. You had to pay a lot of money for long distance. So people wrote letters because a stamp was what, 5, 10 cents? Those have gone way up too. You can go to bed and sleep in a heartbeat. Pam, I am so proud of you. You live on a hill and you walk a half an acre push mowing. Girlfriend, you win the award this week. You are the woman of the week. Um, but we had that dinner after Aunt Marge's funeral, And I didn't even take any family pictures with family there that may not ever be together again. And I was so upset with myself. There you go, Pam. You're getting kudos. Great job. I am so proud of you. Now you're making me want to go out and hand mow a little bit or push mow a little bit. But I'm just wondering how many families still record everything with pictures. I mean, we're losing it. We record all of our quilts, pretty things we see, but are we doing the family pictures yet? I told my uncle, Grandma would be so disappointed in me. I didn't take one single picture at the family dinner. So next weekend I'm going to have to make up for it to preserve those memories because things that you have forgotten about, when you go back and look at those pictures, it brings back so many memories. And I just love it. And it shows you things that happened that you didn't even know about, too. So, really good thing to have. And my grandma was great about writing names on the back of pictures. That's another failure I have because you know them, so you think everybody else will. All right, where is this corner at? Let's see. Oh, come on. Oh, my goodness. I might have to call Sean and tell her I'm not going to get it done tonight. This is really sad. Because it is, and I don't want to go to her house after 9. It's 8:12. I don't think I'm going to finish it. Jean, I'm failing. And I was going to go back to Barber County tonight because it's my uncle's birthday, but I don't want to go until I've got her quilt to her. So I'm just going to have to try to get it done. I cannot believe I didn't have this finished. I don't know why I would have quit halfway and put it up. I must have got busy. I don't want to hold her off anymore. I promised her tonight, and I hate promising somebody something and not coming through with it. I just wish I would have known I didn't have it all the way done. But yeah, I'll get it finished. I'm a trying. My little thumb's getting a little achy right here. Oh, what are you working on, Jean? What are you doing? I cannot wait to have classes and for you to meet the girls. The girls are going to love you. We've got this group that kind of hangs out here, and they are going to love you. And you'll love Pepper. Oh my God, Pepper does the best applique in the world. You two will make some good friends. Pepper's got quilts that I just salivate over. You're just hanging out watching me? All right. I feel I'm almost to that edge. I haven't even had dinner tonight yet. But I'm trying to lose weight, so that might be a good thing. So I gotta tell you guys this story. I'm on Ozempic, to help me lose some weight because the doctor thought maybe I would feel better. And I just, with having no time to take walks or exercise, hardly at all, they put me on the Ozempic, and I did lose 12 pounds in the first 2 weeks, but this week I gained 6 pounds. Actually, it was a week and 3 days. My appointment was last Thursday, and I didn't make it until today. But I'm so upset with myself, and I'm barely eating. I'm eating one meal a day. I've not given up my sweet tea. That's a problem, so I'm going to have to start drinking more water. But here's what the doctor told me. When you're trying to lose weight, if you don't eat a couple small meals or snacks a day, your body gets scared and it goes into scare mode and it hangs on to everything. So the doctor told me I need to eat more to lose weight. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm like, what do you mean eat more? I want to lose this weight. And the bad thing is, I'm on this Ozempic, I'm really not hungry. For the first week, I was nauseous. And now, I'm not so nauseous anymore, but I'm just not hungry. So, I don't know what the plan is, but she told me to try to eat like peaches and cottage cheese or something, just a little bit at lunchtime. So, here I thought I was doing so great because I was never hungry. And my body decided, no, we're going to hang on to all this. We're going to keep you this way. Unbelievable. I am telling you exactly, Jean. My body, and I was telling the doctor today, I used to pound the Mountain Dew. When I was 18, my granddad would yell at me because I would pound Mountain Dew. I drank so many Mountain Dews. And I ate Doritos and fast food, and I never gained an ounce. And now all I've got to do is look at the chocolate chip cookies, and I can feel the weight packing on me. There is Dorma. Hey, sweetheart. Yes, oh, Lori, I was, the first week I was living on cottage cheese and fried green tomatoes, and I was sick. And the doctor told me I wasn't getting any protein, and that was really bad. So I had to try to eat chicken and tuna, and I've gotten a little bit better at it, but oh, I did not want meat, and meat does not. I tried to eat a hamburger the other day. I'd made hamburgers for the boys, and I could only eat part of it. It's just meat's making me nauseous now, and I lived for meat. Every meal had to have meat. Oh, there he is from Japan. Ole, Seth. How are you? We were just wondering, what time is it in Japan, honey? The girls are watching me sew away at this binding. I need to take it to a customer. I don't know if she's going to want it after 9, but after I get this done, we'll see what time it is and call her and see if she still wants me to bring it. And Dorm, are you back home, honey? Did you make it safely home? It's good to see you too. I'm getting toward that corner, but I still have a whole nother length left. I thought it was only half. So we'll see what I can do here. If I could get it done like around 8:45, I could race out the door, rush it to Lost Creek, and maybe get there in time for her. It's 9 a.m. in Japan. So it's 8 here, so 11 hours. Is it today or is it tomorrow, Seth? Is it the 24th or the 25th there? Pepper told me to try those protein drinks. She gets something from Sam's Club. I'm not sure if it's the same, but she told me those would be good for me. Oh no, I definitely don't want to. So Japan is ahead of us. Okay. Well, coming back, that'll be great. When do you get back home, Seth? I was going to start walking, and the sad thing is, Jean, I have an exercise machine downstairs. It's one of those, what is that, Seth? I think it's a Chuck Norris machine that's got weights, and you can do your legs or your arms. But I'm always working on quilts. I never have time. I thought while I had the machine running that I could do it, and I probably should. I could take 20 minutes a day and at least do some exercises. And I really need to take a half hour a day and go for a walk. I've really got to start doing that. I come up with every excuse in the world. And I'd really like to see my grandchildren grow up and give my sons grandbabies so I could watch my sons go crazy. Yes, Seth, enjoy some of that food over there for us. And what all is going on in Japan? What's it like, Seth? What are you doing? Coming home on the 1st? Wow, you've got a good bit of time over there. Seth has definitely traveled the world since he's been in the military. He did a little bit before that. He went to Guatemala for a church. What was that? Missionary. And he enjoyed it so much he wanted to go to college in Guatemala. He really loved that trip. He said the people were so nice over there. I remember him telling me that they went into a one of their houses and they had dirt floors, and he said, "Mom, they were very, very poor. And they made us dinner." And he said it's very impolite not to accept dinner from them. And he said they could not have been had enough money to feed all of us, but they did anyway. And he said they were so loving and caring down there, except for the guards on the buses, right, Seth? He said the guards would get on the buses and check them, and you better not have fresh fruit on you. And the guards would get on with guns. So, which scared the heck out of mommy. Well, Seth, I wish you were going to be here next weekend for mom's memorial. I will miss you for that. And we were talking about long distance calls a little bit ago. See how great technology has come. I mean, we can talk to Seth online from another country. And isn't that wonderful? Because years ago you would have had to pay a lot of money to make that long distance call. Why weren't you allowed to have fresh fruit in Guatemala? I can't remember the reasoning. But I can tell you this, Gene, like when we were in Mexico on the cruise in May, you could not bring any drinks, um, if you brought alcohol on, it had to be unopened, and you couldn't bring any kind of drinks or waters on the ship with you, and you couldn't bring any food on the ship with you. If it was canned, like in a can or boxed, I think maybe you could, but we weren't. They told us you'll have to throw away any food that you bring on the ship or any containers of beverages. So yeah, that kind of shocked me. I couldn't remember if you were old enough to know what a phone card was or not, Seth. Oh, anybody remember party lines on the phones when you shared phone lines with your neighbors and they would listen in on all your conversations? My grandparents had a party line with the neighbor Manzi and the neighbor Aldi. And my granddad was always telling Manzi to get the hell off his phone. uh, that she was always being snoopy. You could hear him pick up when you were on the phone. Things have come a long way, baby. Is there anybody on here that never had a corded phone in their house? I am really curious about that. Jean, you look very young. Do you remember corded phones? I'm trying to think if Seth, do you, um, I don't think we ever had oh, we had a cordless phone at the house that I lived in with Jeff, but I don't know if we had corded phones since you've been alive. See, Gene, now you're giving away your age because you look much younger than that. Oh, yeah. Do you really, Eve? All right. Eve's my girl. She still has a corded phone. Hallelujah. There you go. Now, uh, Eve, with your phone plan, do you have to pay if you call long distance? That's right. Yeah, I know you are. That's what surprises me, Eve. You're just 39 years old and you know what a corded phone is and even have one. Oh, yeah, in Arkansas, we sure did. Yep. Is there anybody out there that doesn't know what we're talking about? That's a good question. Anybody that doesn't know what a corded phone is or a payphone? Has everybody here used a payphone? We always had change on us. Now hardly any of us ever use change at all. We save it and never turn it in. I know my pennies are going to be worth a lot of money one day. I can remember when payphones were a dime and then a quarter, and then they went up to 50 cents. Yeah. I think almost all households are like that now. Everybody's got cell phones. All your internet and phone is one bill. Wow. What are you laughing at, Karen Joe? Yes, and you never had any privacy in your house when you talked on the phone. which was probably a good thing for us teenagers. I wish I had a corded phone for the teenager I've got now. That would be so helpful. Maybe I need to call the phone company. These uh these cell phones and modern social media is going to be the death of us all for these kids. Oh yeah, I did a lot of collect calls. For a long time, Seth was talking about Arkansas. We didn't have a phone in Arkansas for a long time, and I would have to call my grandma collect every Saturday. And I didn't call for a couple weeks because times were hard and I didn't want my grandma to know. And I couldn't lie to her. So I didn't call for a couple weeks. So one Sunday morning, we get a knock on the door and the cops are at my door. And I thought it was my ex that was an alcoholic. I thought he'd done something wrong. I answered the door and the police chief was standing there and said, "Are you Becky Parsons?" "Yes." You need to come with me." I was like, "What did I do? I've got two little kids here." He said, "Bring the kids with you." And I was like, "What did I do?" And he said, "You've got to come to the station with me. You've got to call your grandmother." My grandmother called the cops because she was in West Virginia and didn't know what was going on in Arkansas. Oh my goodness. That was a grandma's love. Oh, yeah, I used to do that, Karen. I remember doing that. Yes. That saves some money telling people, call me back and yelling the phone number out. Where'd that just go? All right, we are at the corner again. Let's get this baby done. You guys feel free to hang out with me. I'm working on a binding for anybody that's just come in. Trying to finish one that I thought was already finished so I can get it delivered hopefully tonight. She may not want it by the time I get done. But I'm going to try anyway. Shauna, if you're on here, I swore this thing was done. I think I'm losing my mind. Yes, Grandma was good to me. She was the best woman in the whole wide world. And that's the one that I just bought her house back last year. I love that place. Almost every happy memory I have is right there. Until I had kids, of course, Seth. Then all my happy memories are wherever you kids are. Yes, yes, I do. Oh my goodness, yes. When the electric would go out and you couldn't use your corded phone. So you had to find the corded one in the closet and hook it up. Yes, I do remember that. Because we couldn't live without it. Did anybody ever take that long phone cord and wrap it around the kitchen wall and go in the other room and try to hide in a closet or anywhere you could so your brothers and sisters didn't hear you? He wasn't worth the phone bill. I've got a good one for you guys. This got me and my boyfriend in a fight. I was pregnant with Seth. So we were staying with my stepfather looking for a place. We just moved back to Virginia. And my boyfriend was working at a gas station. I was 8 months pregnant, and my little brother Nick stayed there with us at Bill's. He was like 6 or 7. This was when Nintendo came out. Nintendo was really big. So I came into the house one day, and my stepfather was really mad. The phone bill was $1,000, and he threw that phone bill at me, and he said, "You call that darn boyfriend of yours, and you tell him he better be coming in with $1,000 this week to pay this phone bill." And I was like, "What did he do?" And he said, "Look at the numbers. It was 1-900 numbers." Now some people are going to tell their age. Who remembers what 1-900 numbers went to? Or what most of them did? So Bill thought that Ron was calling porn places and talking to these girls. Well, what do you think the 8.5-month pregnant woman thought? I went down to the gas station and I raised hell. And Ron was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about. I have not been calling anybody." And on the way home, I was crying and upset, and I got to thinking about it, and I thought, well, when would he be calling them? He's always with me when he's home. So I went home and looked at that number, and it was always the same number, and I called it. And this was in October or November. I called that number to see what it was, and it was the Nintendo hotline where you got to talk to Santa and you got a tip for your Nintendo game. Some hot tip like a hidden spot or and my brother Nick had called it. I mean minute after minute after minute to keep getting the tips and ran that phone bill up to over $1,000. But poor Ron got the cussing of his life at work that day at a gas station by an irate pregnant woman. Do you still know that boy? Oh, yeah, Karen, I would stretch that anywhere. There you go, Eve. See, Eve knows. Gotta have a long cord on that phone. Yeah, those old 1-900 numbers. I hadn't thought about that in a long time. I guess this week's got me thinking about the old days. The good old days, right, everybody? Some of it was really good and some of it wasn't. I think back to all the things we didn't have then that we have now, like rotary cutters versus cutting with big scissors. Um, what else? Oh, machines that do everything but make the coffee versus just a straight stitch. What are you guys glad that you've got now that we didn't have back then? I don't know how we lived without cell phones and went without talking to people when we were out and about. It's crazy how much we depend on them now. Gene, I know when I get done tonight, I'm not going to be able to hand sew anything tomorrow. Oh, yes, dishwasher. Love the dishwasher. Unless you live alone, everybody should have a dishwasher. Good one, Karen. Oh yeah, I can remember Grandma. Grandma would save cereal boxes and draw her patterns on the cereal boxes. Yes, ma'am. And you know those drawings weren't accurate and those scissors weren't cutting accurate. I don't see how they got quilts so beautiful. Yes, the internet. Yes. I'm telling you, I Google everything now. Today I was doing this the little quilt label on my CM17. I've done it a million times, but of course I couldn't remember, do I use the 20 gauge bobbin or the 10 gauge bobbin case for the embroidery? So I Googled CM17, which case to use for embroidery. Had the answer in a minute. Yes. God bless Google. But I think we learned a lot more looking that stuff up in encyclopedias, Gene, because the good Lord knows these kids don't know how to do that anymore. Which I guess why would they? Um, so my son's ex-girlfriend called me today, and she is taking a class. Oh, what was it? It was something to do, it's in high school, something to do with nursing. I can't remember the name of the class though, but the teacher first is going to have to teach them how to write cursive because you have to write cursive in that class. And they don't know how to write cursive in high school. I, I could not believe it. I mean, and it's not the kids' fault, but this last week we've been reading letters and cards that grandma and all the family had written, and no child today would be able to read it because they don't know how to read and write cursive. And it was such a joy to be able to read all of those memories. Yes, yes, right here. Yes, absolutely, Gene. Yeah, this is great. Something we didn't have back then. We can be at home and hook up and hang out with people from all over the world. Yes, that is an amazing feat. Yes. Yeah, Gene, I'll have to show you one day on my YouTube account. It shows me how many people from different countries have been on the YouTube. Seth can tell you, I got really excited because we've had over, and this was probably 2 months ago when I last checked, we had over 80 countries that had been in, and oh, I just loved it. Yes, and my writing's still messy. I have the worst handwriting in the world. I have a hard time reading it sometimes. If I could write as good as I sew, I might be getting somewhere. Those are great things. Yes. Washers and dryers. How about that one? I do love to hang my clothes out online. Anybody still do that? For some reason, I want to say that I know Eve does, but I'm not positive. But I think I was talking to her one day when she was hanging the laundry out. I do love laundry hanging on the clothesline. And I've got one out back of the quilt shop in the house, but I need one at grandma's. But the washer, I have two. One was my grandfather on my mom's side, his sister, and one was my grandmother on my dad's side, her sister, died from having parts caught in the wringer washer and ripping their limb or tearing their limb, and then infection and the horror stories from that. Thank God for modern day washing. Oh, yeah. I do like my Kindle. Yes, ma'am. And I like Audible because I can sit there and quilt and listen to books on tape. Yeah, the Kindle's a good one. That's a good invention. I'm not so sure I'm crazy about AI, though. What do you guys think? AI kind of scares me. I think people can do a lot of bad with it. I really loved the video Seth and I were able to make for a while, but then it got really scary to think that I didn't trust what I was watching online anymore because I could never tell when it was real and when it was AI. Oh, you guys, we're getting there. I might get this done. I love you all. You guys have kept me talking, and I might just get this thing done. You all are so wonderful. I thought so, yes. You know, my granddad had one of those. Yes, the Bible on tape. I remember that. Yeah, the sunshine makes the clothes so nice. And sheets and towels. And blue jeans. I love the stiffness of the blue jeans. Thank you, Jean. Yeah, my granddad had the Bible on tape. I will never forget that. Yes. Well, I guess I had forgotten it. But my Pappy Dadisman, he had the Bible on tape. He had had a stroke, and he used to sit in that living room, and Grandma would put the Bible on tape for him. He didn't talk, but he would shake his fist at you. That's how you knew he loved you. Yes, I am getting near the finish line. This is wonderful. Now I'm excited. Now it's making me go fast again, girls. And we got quite a few people hanging out. Say, hey, don't be quiet. Let us know what you're doing. I'm trying to finish this binding before one of my customers kills me. Oh, the Audible. Where are you renting Audible books from? Hang on, that's a new one I don't know about. I'll have to check into that one. Now that I go back and forth to Grandma's a lot, it's a 45-minute trip, so listening to books on tape would be great. I'll tell you what I have been doing. I've been listening to Dateline on the way over and back, the Dateline podcast. I don't like scary movies, but I love Dateline and Snapped and all those shows. It's like becoming a detective and trying to figure out who it is before they tell you. Doggone it, now I gotta tie off and get another one. Shoot. See if I would have filled that needle minder, needle dome over there, I wouldn't have had to worry about this. I could have just pulled another threaded needle out. That's something I'll have to show you, Jean. Remind me to show you the needle dome when you're in here. You missed the needle dome last year. That was one of our amazing technologies of the year. Or it might have been the year before last. I'm getting old. Oh, yeah. Oh, Saturday's National Jelly Roll Day. Well, what a week to have our pre-cuts on sale. Good deal. And I'm going to be doing a jelly roll rug next Sunday. Good deal. Libby is wonderful, and you support your local library too. Well, how do I get it? What do I need to do? What do we all need to do? I bet you there's a lot of readers on here. Aren't all quilters readers? I don't think I've met a quilter that didn't read a lot. Any quilters on here that don't like to read? Seth is an avid reader. Seth and I love Stephen King. If you haven't read The Dark Tower, it's not scary, and it's the greatest it's not a trilogy. Was there 6 books to that, Seth? It is a great read. The second one I think was slow, either the first or second, but oh my God, you couldn't put the rest of them down. Okay, get a library card. And Karen, thanks for telling me that. That is good to know because I wanted to do pre-cuts on sale this week. That is wonderful. And we've got some cute pre-cuts in. So if you guys like hanging out with us, like what you're seeing, or if you want to see tutorials or join us for our lives, make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook, but after sometimes just a couple of days, but up to a month, they delete the videos off. So if you like hanging out with us, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Make sure you go over to our channel where there's tutorials, sew-alongs, podcasts, live shows. It's really nice to have all that in one place. Oh, it's September 19th. Oh, well, poo. I don't want to hold off that long. I'll have to think about that, Karen. Got me all excited. You won't let me say download an app. Oh, my throat's dry. Here, ladies, I got the water tonight. I'm doing the water. Trying to make my body quit holding on to the fat. Or your comment was too long. Well, phooey. You have to call me and explain it to me, Jean. Oh, I can't wait to get this done. What time is it? Well, we got 8:53. Can I finish it by 9? Hopefully I can finish it and get Shauna called and get over there. I don't know how long it takes to get to Lost Creek, but I'll fly. Library card. Download Libby. Plug in your info. Okay. Oh, so you've got info on your library card that you need to put in there. I gotcha. And how much does it cost anything to rent the audiobooks? Or are they just Kindle books? I am almost to the corner. Oh, good Lord. I really did not think I could get this done tonight, ladies. I've only poked my finger once. That's a banner day so far. Don't let me brag. I'll knock on wood. Free. Okay. That is cool as it can be. Everybody got that? You can check out audiobooks and ebooks. That is cool. I did not know that. And here I've been paying all this money. And what I didn't like was when I would get a book I didn't like and I'd already used my credits for the month and didn't even like the books I downloaded. So that's a great idea. How long do you get them for? Shoo, Gene, my finger's getting sore. I'm getting a little pucker here. It looks like I've been trying to play guitar. Oh, come on, get me there, get me there. Usually 14 days. Oh, that's cool. That is very cool. I will be checking that out tomorrow. I'll have to drive over to the Philippi Public Library and get signed up. One, two, three clips to go after I hit this corner. God bless. I hope Shauna still wants it tonight, but she may not want it tonight. Oh, I didn't think it would take me this long. Now, this quilt, all I had to do was the binding on it. The grandmother did it. And it just wasn't bound, so I bound it for her. But yeah, really pretty. Okay, we are at the corner, 3 binding clips to go. Think I can, I think I can. Oh, that's cool. You know, the glass for the light board caterpillar. I lost her in one of the round plastic leg things off of it. The glass for the light board. Send me a picture, Karen. I'll see what I can do about that. Yeah, I'm going to have to try something if I have to sew tomorrow because I don't think my fingers can take it. I have sewed straight for 3 days and I wish I would have known this one wasn't all the way finished. But I took 3 to Grandma's and left this one here because I thought it was done. Duh. Okay, 2 more to go. Get this. I might have to do a happy dance if I get there. I know it's going to be after 9. I hate to call anybody after 9. I'll text her. That was one of the two. Let me get over there to the second one. I think I got to go a little ways past it. Right to there. I've got that much to go, you guys. And you know this thread hasn't broke once since I first started out, and it broke those two times. I don't know what that was. Must have just been a really weak spot in the thread. Almost to that next binding clip. Yes, woohoo. Oh, Lori, you already knew about it? We're going to have to share that with everybody. You shared your project in the... Oh, good deal, Karen. Freezer tape around your finger. I never thought of that. Do you wrap it with tape? I don't know how I never knew about it, but I haven't been in a library in years. I used to go all the time. I'll have to go into Philippine, make sure I don't owe any library books back. I might owe a really big fine. I don't know if I just got too busy to go, but well, yeah. I used to read every night. Sometimes I'd read till 3 or 4 in the morning and get up and go to work. But now I quilt till 3 or 4 in the morning and get up and go to work. Oh, quilting magazines. Heck yes. They've got magazines too. That is awesome. See, now you're going to get me stuck on that. And then I'll be paying attention to books and not getting my work done, Jean. Okay, I've got about a hand left to go. We are almost there. Come on. Trying to make sure my stitches don't get any bigger. Got to keep them consistent. You don't want to get excited and mess up. Got about 4 inches to go here. Maybe 3 inches. Almost there. And tie that baby off. Shouldn't there be some music playing like Chariots of Fire? Something? Woohoo! It is done! It is done! It's done. Yes. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I love this quilt. It is so pretty. And now I will have to call Miss Shauna and see if she wants it tonight. I like mysteries and Stephen King and romance, but I don't like the sappy romance. But like Patricia Cromwell, I love Patricia Cromwell. Stephen King. Freezer tape is already. Oh, freezer tape. I was thinking freezer paper. Okay. Oh, wow. I will have to try that, Eve. Absolutely. That sounds great to me. Okay, we have got it. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen on here, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. We got the binding done. It is probably after 9. 9:06. I will text dear Shauna and ask her if she wants me to bring it over tonight. Got finished. Is it too late? Ready? Oh, ready to head out. Okay, so I'll wait for her to answer. You guys, yes, you're old school, but I love old school. That's what I love about you, Eve. All right, you guys, I am finished for the night. Thank you so much for hanging out and helping me finish my way through this binding. I will see you all Thursday night on the live. No matter what we do, it's going to be special. We're either going to do, I think Jean said she'd rather see the end of bulk sale. Maybe we'll mix it up a little bit and do both. And yeah, thank you all for the tips and all of the memories of days past. I really loved it tonight. So I will see you all soon. I'm Becky from Living the Dream. Thanks for living my dream with me. I will see you all Thursday night. Bye bye.